What's up, everyone? Draco Evolve here. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. Defense is on top, and truth be told, it was a bloody boring game. I think the only exciting thing that has happened is probably seeing the debut of Edinson Cavani, and as the thumbnail says, I will do a quick review on Edinson Cavani, how I felt he has done in he played around 35 minutes or so he played. But before we jump into it, this is the table. As you can see, Manchester United have failed to win the first 3 Premier League home games this season and back in the last season. 5 games, 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. We see 7 points currently on 15 points. Chelsea obviously are on 6. I felt that the game, defenses were on top. Thiago Silva was fantastic on one end, Lindelof was fantastic on the other end. I just felt in terms of Manchester United, the formation was correct. I mean, you wouldn't want to go 5 at the back at home. Chelsea went 5 at the back. So I did predict that we were going to play like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, however Oli does it, but you get the gist of it. Obviously, the big surprise for me, and I tweeted about it as well, is Alex Telles not even making on the bench. We do not know if Alex Telles is actually injured. It hasn't been confirmed, but the fact that he is not even on the bench, which suggests is that he was probably picked up a knock. In terms of the starting lineup, yes, I was surprised. I was surprised to see Dan James in the lineup. I was surprised to see Fred and McTominay in the lineup. I predicted that Pogba and Matic will play in the middle. Mata and Cavani will definitely play. But obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has something different, and praise to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He brought on Edinson Cavani on the 58th minute, and as soon as he brought him on, there was a bit of a change of approach. You can see we went for 4-1-4-1, and you can see what in the 10 minutes or so before Mason Greenwood came on, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was trying to do is to get wide, get Bruno Fernandes to push to the right, Marcus Rashford push to the left, get the crosses into the danger man, which is Edinson Cavani. So Edinson Cavani review. Personally, for me, I was I like him as a striker. I don't think he was a target of United, but forget about that. He's here now. I felt that when he came on, he provided a different sort of threat that I don't believe Ighalo does provide. He played very centrally. He didn't move much from the center, and that's what you'd expect from a typical number 9. You want someone to stick up there and occupy the central defenders. Right at the beginning, on his first touch, he almost scored from a set piece. It was clearly from a corner, a routine, you can say, which was a bit of a flick on, and it was like inches wide off the goal. It would have been a fantastic start, personally. He didn't look like he was tired or lethargic, despite the fact that he didn't have a club for a very long time, which shows that he has looked after his body and himself well, and I don't think he's ready to start the 90 minutes, age and all that stuff, but I think slowly we're going to see a lot more of Cavani based on what we've seen today. I felt he was good for us. He provided something different up front. His work rate and a handful, defenders kind of really worry of Cavani being there. That's the type of player he is. He definitely provided aerial threat for sure. Anytime a corner or a cross came in, it was pretty much aimed towards Edinson Cavani, which shows that his quality that he has and the quality that he can bring. Overall, he's only played less than 30 minutes into the game. He didn't do much, but he definitely provided a different threat. He was very central. He worked hard. He covered horizontal spaces a lot, and I was surprised at times to see him kind of tracking back and forth, you can say. And he was clearly hungry, you can say. That's my review on Edinson Cavani. In terms of the overall team, look, both teams clearly. The first half was a chance to forget. I think Rashford had a very good chance right at the end, which the keeper Mendy made a fantastic save. But for me, both teams really were very cautious. I felt there was a lot of lack of creativity, and it was surprising for me to say lack of creativity when we ended up on the field with the likes of Bruno Fernandes. Mata was there, Pogba was there. They're all creative players, and on the Chelsea side, same thing. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Pulisic, they're all creative players. Jorginho is another one. But it seemed like nobody wanted to kind of pull the trigger. Although, in the second half, Manchester United pretty much pinned Chelsea back, and it looked like Chelsea were playing for the counter attack. But at the end of the day, nothing really happened. There was no progress. It was just it was just a football game. Like, legit, it was just a football game. There was no sort of big chances or big sort of talking points. And talking about talking points, actually, I felt that Chelsea should have had a penalty. I think Harry Maguire did grab and push down, you can say, Azpilicueta. And having seen it on the replays, I am surprised VAR didn't pick that up. Marcus Rashford, there were shouts for a penalty, but I don't think that was a penalty. He just had a follow through from Thiago Silva. I don't think that was a penalty, but certainly Chelsea should have had a penalty. But I'll take that. Look, going on to the match, we were the home team, so the impetus was on us to make something happen. And credit where credit is due. This is the second game in a row I'm saying this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'm happy that I'm saying this. The Ole Gunnar Solskjaer changed his formation a couple of times in the game to go for the win. He started off with a sort of like a 4-1-2, sort of like a diamond, you can say, with Dan James. We'll come back to Dan James, and then as soon as Edinson Cavani and Pogba came on, he went for a 4-1-4-1. And when he saw that wasn't working, right at the end, Mason Greenwood came on the 83rd minute, and it was something different again. He went to a 4-5-1 with Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford playing as inside forwards from the wings. So credit where credit is due. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried, but I felt that both teams' defenses were on top. There was nothing going past. This was a typical good defensive performance from both teams. There was barely any chances. There was barely anything happening in the game. And to be frank, I would have liked to have taken the 3 points, but I think it would have been unfair if I said Manchester United deserved the 3 points. I don't think any team deserved the 3 points. I felt 1 point was fair. What's frustrating is that, yes, it's another home game, and we haven't won a home game yet again, and we are languishing deep down low on the table, albeit we do have a game in hand versus a lot of the other teams. But it's a worry because we saw Liverpool dropping points, we saw Man City dropping points yesterday, and Manchester United should not be dropping points. These are the chances for us to kind of catch up and take over these clubs, but it is the Premier League. It is so difficult to predict. This Premier League is a bit crazy. There's a lot of games happening. It's very congested. A lot of games happening throughout the months. And the elite teams are kind of prioritizing different games, formation, obviously players coming in and out of the team. Felt sorry for Donny van der Beek. He didn't even get a look in, and it's not fair on him. I thought he should have been part. He clearly makes an impact when he comes off the bench, but we have to kind of respect what Oli does now. Obviously, we have to look at the bigger picture. We do have the Champions League coming up in a few days' time, and I guess some of the players needs to be kind of protected a little bit ahead of the Champions League game against RB Leipzig. Daniel James, right. I honestly feel sorry for Daniel James. I think a step up to Manchester United is a bit much to him. He did literally nothing for the team. He provided nothing for the team. Everybody knows he's a one-trick pony. He pretty much runs at you, and defenders know how to deal with him. And he just had a torrid time. I can't remember the last time when Daniel James had a very good game, whether he started for us or came off the bench. I genuinely feel sorry for him. I genuinely believe that he's not a Manchester United quality player, and I also believe that it will probably benefit him if he goes out on loan for a season to get more match time experience. Here's the thing with Daniel James, right? He's been at Manchester United for over a year, right? I haven't seen many improvement on him. He's still the same Daniel James as the one that played today versus back then. Very direct, runs in a straight line, and that's pretty much it. With pace, that's pretty much it. And you'd expect that him coming to Manchester United, he would have picked up different traits. And that's on the coaching staff as well. It's not entirely fair on Daniel James. Coaching staff need to teach him something else rather than just running in straight lines. He's got pace. Use it. Dribbling left, right. Get that rolling. He's been at the club for over a year, and the kid's got heart. You can see he works hard. He's got heart. So use that. Use that to the advantage, and that can go back to the coaching staff. Maybe you guys need to kind of look at how Daniel James should be fitting into a team, because gone are the days where the wingers are expected to just run and cross the ball, right? Daniel James doesn't even cross the ball, by the way. Gone are those days. So you need to kind of avoid evolve into a player that I think he is capable of. You know, I genuinely believe that he can do well because he's got the mentality, he's got the heart, you know, to be a good player. It's just that I feel that he's having such a torrid time at United, and I do feel sometimes it's just too much of a big step up. But anyway, that's the score. This is the match review. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0, a game to forget. And let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts on how you felt about the match. Let me know your man of the match. For me, obviously, I'll pick a Manchester United player. It will be Victor Lindelof. He had a fantastic game. He barely made any mistakes. He was very commanding, which was nice to see. And long may it continue. Another game down, and we look forward to the next game now. And that's it. We move on. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next upload. And stay fire.